Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll be talking about Troy University's Rubicon and accepting submissions for the Literary Journal. And my guest today is Samantha Loff, future editor-in-chief of the Rubicon. Thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you.
And as I mentioned, the Rubicon is coming out sometime soon, but right now you're looking for entries to go into the Rubicon. First, for folks out there who don't know, tell us a little about what is the Rubicon and how did this all come about?
The Rubicon is a student-run, student-published literary journal that accepts student work, as well as we're trying to get into accepting alumni work. And we will be accepting submissions through February 27th, and we hope to be published around late April.
And so now you're talking about accepting submissions. So what kind of submissions are you actually looking for?
Anything that can be written down. We have short stories, poetry, literary essays, anything that people would like to submit.
And now with all of these entries, obviously one might think that you may not get a lot, or you may get a bunch of them. What kind of entries do you normally see? How many entries do you normally see?
We see about 70 entries normally every semester, and we tend to accept between 10 to 15 to put into the Rubicon.
So there's a lot of a distillation process there.
Yes.
So now, how are these pieces chosen? Or do you prefer? Well, first, do you prefer certain types of pieces? You said that you accept a variety of pieces, but are there certain ones that you prefer to put into the Rubicon?
We do prefer creative pieces, so short stories and poetry. That's what we tend to publish the most of. We do accept anything that is a student's original work, and we hope to see a lot of submissions like that this year. And
so now, what about classwork? Obviously there's a lot of students and a lot of classes around here on campus, and they have to do some writing. So do you see a lot of classwork being submitted as possible submissions for the Rubicon? We have gotten lots of essays. If they are wonderful essays, then we would be glad to publish those. Typically you can tell when it's been a class-submitted essay. But if it is a creative piece, there are creative writing classes and verse writing classes at Troy, then we would be glad to publish those. And now, you said there's only like 10 to 15 pieces in there. So obviously the process of whittling down the submissions to what actually shows up in the book seems like it might be an interesting process to go about. How do y'all decide what's going into the final product there? Well, we do have a panel of about 15 people that are on the Rubicon that decide what goes into the Rubicon ultimately. It's what everybody, I guess, connects the best to, and what we feel are the most highly cultivated of the submissions. And so the ones that actually make it, it's probably a bit of an honor for those students. I mean, not only they're published, but they were at the best of so many submissions there. Absolutely. So what does it mean to a student to, I guess, have the opportunity to be published like this? Well, I was actually published before I was on the staff, and it was a huge honor for me. I was a sophomore, and to have been selected by a panel of ranging from sophomores to senior level English majors and journalism majors, it was a great honor, and it's definitely respectable on many resumes. And of course, you've got a printed copy of your work. Obviously, it gives you a chance to show off to people. It's like, this is what happened to me. Were you a little bit proud to be able to show it off to people? Yes, I had to get numerous copies for my family. And obviously, it's an opportunity for you. Do you wish to be an aspiring writer someday? Is that what your goal is, or what? Is this something you plan on doing in the future? I think I plan on doing it from now till I can't anymore. But I also would like to teach and have a larger source of income. But obviously, having the first option there to be published here on the university campus has got to be something you're proud of, and something that other students should look forward to, right? Definitely. Now, if anyone out there is interested in submitting something to the Rubicon, how can they go about doing that? Well, you should be receiving emails about submitting to the Rubicon, and you are welcome to email the Literary Journal with any questions that you have. You can submit hard copies to Professor Robertson, who is in the English department. He is our advisor. All right, and so, and that's, once again, when is the final date for submission? February 27th. February 27th. And when should we expect the Rubicon to be published with all these entries in it? Hopefully late April. Late April. So, well, good luck with this year's Rubicon. Hopefully you'll get some good entries submitted from the folks out there and have an opportunity to see their work published here at Troy University. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you.